star, Ethan Bill.
I wouldn't say
From
star.
yes.
You
Fr-
crazy, man. No.
oh
You the
yeah,
star.
the
You the star.
star from the studio.
Well, yeah, talking from the studio.
Now, what's the name of the studio again?
I don't know. I just thought the Pine Room was cool.
Yes, the Pine Room.
I thought it was cool because I used a
Yeah,
lot of molding, pine molding when I built it. I
very
thought it
nice. It's beautiful.
thought it
I
sounded
have been
cool.
there to do many albums already.
Already, I know. I've been here
Right?
3
We've done.
years.
We did the Big Six.
I know.
We did New Shul.
Mhm.
We also did.
We did 2 parodies. I don't know what you did with them. I guess
Yeah, well,
that's coming out
that's going to be coming out this year. But I gotta write another 10. We're writing another 10 so we can record them.
right.
Here, look who's coming in. Judy Hertzfeld, our associate director from our associate producer from Clifton, New Jersey, is saying hello, and also Uri Butler from Pittsburgh, PA.
Ooh, I'm gonna be there soon. I gotta go over there.
Are you really going to be in Pittsburgh, PA soon?
I have to go to Pittsburgh for a session. They want
Oh
me to
wow,
record them out there in their studio.
wow! You mean this is a band that you're producing,
Correct.
but they're from Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Wow, I've been to Pittsburgh many times. We've performed there.
I know. It's such a schlep from here.
Well, you
hate
don't
that.
look at it like that because when you when you've played all 50 states, you look at each city as an adventure.
Yeah, but you love the road.
Love the road.
I get so tired in the car, man.
Oh, the road. I remember listening to the two guys from they sing the song "You Lost That Love and Feeling." What are they called again? This You lost that love and feeling, right? Bring back the Shabbos feeling. So they did an interview with those guys, and they said to them, they were still on the road. They were they were still performing, and they're like
Yeah.
in their 70s.
Yeah.
And they say to them, how could you still be on the road? They go, well, we have a love-hate relationship with the road. When we're on the road, we love it for 2 weeks, and then we have to go off the road. And then
Yeah.
when we get off the road, we say we have to go back on the road.
Okay. So do you miss being on the road?
I do.
You
I
haven't
haven't
been
been
on
on
the
the road
road
in a
in
long time. I don't know the next time we're going to be on the road.
Ah.
I
Well,
find that COVID. I find that COVID which really ruined everything. It just really did.
well, yeah, some aspects, I guess.
And
Some
then
aspects.
not only COVID, but then you had also you had the whole music scene has changed. The whole music
That's the
industry
biggest thing for you.
for me. Yeah,
That's
the
the
music
biggest
industry has changed.
because I mean, I know this from hearing from you that your profit was from CDs.
Well,
CDs
we had profits from CDs, but we
CDs no
also had
longer.
profits from the road. We would make money from the road, yeah. And the best thing was we would go to these communities, these Jewish communities where there weren't a lot of Jews, and we would perform. You remember our Rochester trip? Me and
Yeah.
you?
You know where I'm going tomorrow?
Rochester.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I mean, I didn't like that drive either. That's why I don't like the
That
road.
was
I don't
one
like
long
those drives.
Rochester is such a long drive. 6 hours.
Sucks.
6 to 7 hours in the car.
They're flying me, but I'll be in the airport for 6 hours anyway.
That's right. Now the problem, of course, with flying is Judy is writing for, she says, please tell your dad that I wish him a happy, healthy birthday. Is his birthday today?
Belated. It was last week.
It was last week.
Yeah.
It's very good.
He's older than you, right? Yeah.
Oh, your dad is 7 years older than me.
7. Yeah.
6 or 7. I think
Yes.
7.
So he would be 70, right?
Yeah. This is the big 7-0 for him. For Steve Bill. Yeah. And Uri Butler wants us to say hello to David Goodman from Cam Hask. All right, we say hello. What else? So that's so far. Anyway, We were talking about the road. Yeah. So the Rochester trip. The thing about going to Rochester is it's very cold. Very cold.
I remember.
You remember Albany, then
Oh,
Rochester, or was it
we did.
Rochester then Albany? I
You're
can't
right.
remember.
You're right. No, we did Rochester and then we did Albany, and it was freezing, bro. It was freezing. It was dead of winter,
Yeah.
and it was Shabbos. So we were
Yes.
walking to shul, and there were like 3 feet of snow on the ground.
Yes. Yeah. We got lots of stories like that. I got lots of stories like that where it was freezing and we're walking to shul in the snow. Walking to shul in the snow.
I do miss it a little bit. We were together for 2 weeks once. We went everywhere. We were north, and then we went south to Maryland.
Yeah.
Then we did Richmond, Virginia.
Love Richmond,
It
Virginia.
might
Oh
have
yeah.
been a New Year's gig.
Yeah, we had a New Year's gig.
I think so. It was
That was in Norfolk. Wasn't that in Norfolk?
No, no, I don't remember it being that far. I don't know. You know how long ago this was? It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But I remember that, and then G schmoozed his way out of a ticket.
Oh, is that right?
Do you remember
The
this?
G.
You were sleeping. You were snoozing.
Yeah. The G snoozed his way out of a ticket.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something. I could never have done these road trips without the G. The G does all the night driving. And as I'm getting older, the night driving is very hard.
And the schlepping.
And the schlepping is pretty much impossible.
He's into it. He'll
Loves it. He's ready to go back on the road today. He's ready to go back. So I'm coming in June 19th for 2 weeks. Hopefully we'll have some songs to do. Me and you. We'll do something in the studio.
I'm hoping
June 19th to July 1st.
Those are my favorite sessions here. You and me together, man.
Yeah.
So such creative fulfillment. As much as you could get, maybe anyway.
Now you know that today is Pesach Sheni. It's the second Pesach.
What?
Yes, there's this thing known as Pesach Sheni. It's a month after the first Pesach, where what happens is in the Bible, anybody who was impure or they were sick and they couldn't bring the first Korban Pesach, the first sacrifice of Pesach, so God gave them a second chance a month later. That's what this is all about. It has nothing to do with eating matzah, although some people eat matzah today, a month later, just as a symbolism. But it really has nothing to do with Pesach Sheni. Pesach Sheni, the second Pesach, is all about bringing a sacrifice. When you couldn't do it the first time around, so God has given you like a second chance.
So there was a second group that was led out of Egypt?
No, it's the same group, but they were not able to bring the sacrifice. So a month later, God said to this group who were left out, they said, "Okay, you got another shot. Come, bring the. That's what it was all about."
I got you.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's what today was. It's still that for you. Tonight already, it's past that. Tonight it's past that here in Israel because now it's 9:10 p.m.
Right. It's only one day.
Yeah, it's not a holiday even. It's just you just it's a symbolization. It's not really a holiday. Nobody really celebrates the second Pesach. It's just you mark it. Because we're getting close to Shavuot.
Yeah.
Shavuos.
Yeah.
Another 3 weeks.
Yeah. So on the Passover topic,
yeah,
we just did a song called Nachshon Jumps In First, my favorite song on the new album, right?
Yes. Love that album.
So is what happened. Moses parted the sea and Nachshon was the first one to go through.
Right.
Is that in the Torah?
That is well. It's a lot of it is kind of like Kabbalistic stuff. But but no, I mean it's in the Torah. What happens is that Rashi talks about it. Where Rashi says that they were fighting with each other. The tribes were fighting with each other because they didn't know what to do because the Egyptians were surrounding them and their backs were against the wall and there was the sea, right?
Right.
So Moses screams up at God, "What should we do?" And God says to Moses, "What are you talking to me for? Go."
Mm-hmm.
Now, at that point, at that point, Moses holds out his staff. Now, Nachshon jumps in. The water goes up to his neck. When the water gets up to his neck, the sea splits into 13 segments, right?
Right.
Where the waters are like walls.
Yeah.
And the Jews go in, and the Egyptians follow them in, and we all know what happens.
It's such a great story. Like, I never heard of it. I've done a Seder every year for my whole life. It's
Yeah.
not in Haggadah.
So let me see if it's in the Haggadah. It might. It's kind of like referenced because in the Dayenu song,
Yeah.
it's one of the sentences in the Dayenu song. If it na 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 split the Red Sea, Dayenu, but it's in Hebrew, so
Yeah,
you'd
but
have to kind of know the Hebrew text,
no Nachshon in Dayenu. But
right?
Nachshon. That's such
Yes.
a great
Oh,
track.
Nachshon. No, you're
Yeah.
right. Nachshon is not in the Haggadah.
Yeah.
Nachshon is not in the Haggadah, but that guy Nachshon was one unbelievable dude. Unbelievable. Yeah. So
That's such a great track, and it's such a great concept, you know?
right.
Telling
I love
people
that track.
telling
But the
people what
question is, if we would be doing a music video, how would we even do it? I don't even know how would we do it. I mean, it would
ugh,
have to be like a live band.
you know, music video concepts I've always struggled with
Really?
because most people, they wanna do a music video, and what they resort to is taking line by line and doing a video of that line. Where
Right.
I like the analogies where it's like a completely separate concept and, it's up for your interpretation.
Right.
Like abstract.
Right.
So me trying to plot out a music video is really hard for me because 'cause I'm not good with, like, alternative concepts or analogies and stuff like that. So it's hard. You could go you could get somebody to animate it.
So animation is nice. It just takes a very long time. Now, we have done together how many music videos we've done. Let's go back from forward to back. So we did uh um me and you, we did Transnistria. That was amazing.
Trust
That
in
was
God. We
Trust
did
in
that.
God. Shake
Um,
hands with your Uncle Max.
we did, Do You Remember?
Oh, yeah. That was a great video.
That's a good video.
Yeah. You
We've
remember.
done other ones, I don't know.
We've done at least those 4.
Do you remember we did, the kosher halftime show?
Yeah. I love that.
That was great.
That was exactly how a kosher halftime show should be. Where you got
Yeah,
the band wailing away. You got 18 minutes to make your statement. And we did it.
we did it in my little tiny room.
Yes, with Aryeh Boyanju shredding away.
Yeah, of course. That's what he
Now,
does.
now I got some news for you that I don't even know if you know this, but do you know of Rami, right? Of Rami Weisberger.
Yeah, I saw him a couple weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, he got married. He got remarried.
Oh my god!
I just found out yesterday.
He said nothing. I ran into him.
I know, it was like one of those things.
Unbelievable.
I got to tell your dad. Your dad doesn't even know.
No, we both ran into him.
Right.
He came into Frisch, and we're
Because
like,
he
"Oh,
does
Rummy, like
sound. He
what?"
does sound. But
Yeah,
he's a sound man.
which is good. It's a great business to be in. You make a lot of money for no stress.
I know, but a
It's a
lot of
little stress.
schlepping. A
It's
lot of schlepping.
a lot of schlepping, but you hire a young kid to do the schlepping for you for $150, and I mean, what these guys charge is crazy. Good for him. It was a great move. You know,
Yeah. Now, Judy wants to know, what year did Ethan take over the recording studio?
2005.
Wow, 2005. So you've already been 19 years in the recording business.
Yeah, but when I was a kid, I was doing a lot on tape. When I was in high school, I'd record all the local bands,
Yeah,
but I didn't have Pro Tools. I had my dad's tape studio, you
right.
know.
I love
It
that.
was, it was great.
Yeah,
If I didn't know tape, I don't know if I'd be who I am today. If I didn't know how to record on tape 2-inch like they
Right.
did in the '80s, I don't know if I'd understand it completely like I do today, you know? That's always what I refer to, and I wish it was still like that, you know?
Yeah.
I don't trust the digital world, you know? Everything sounds like AI. What kind of sound is that? What kind of feeling you get from that?
Everything sounds like AI. Oh my god, that sounds like a song.
There you go.
It's like
Inspiration.
something Weird Al would write, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
Did you see the Weird Al movie?
yeah, I loved it.
Yeah. And
Did
what
you like
about the
it?
Jerry did you see Jerry Seinfeld's latest movie on Netflix?
So cheesy, but it's great. It's
I
great.
know, very cheesy, very
Did you
cheesy.
see his, commencement speech?
Yeah, I watched the whole commencement speech.
It's pretty good.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah, yeah,
I thought he was funny,
yeah, yeah.
He's really an interesting guy, you can get up in front of all these people and tell it like it is. Tell it like it is, you know?
Yeah, that's what they usually do. Seth MacFarlane did a commencement speech, way longer. It was like a 2-hour long. You know, the Family Guy writer?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, he did one, at Harvard or something, and, it was really long, but they tell it like it is. These are guys that didn't go to college, you know what I mean?
yeah.
You know,
I
it's
know.
like
Well, Jerry Seinfeld went to college. Jerry Seinfeld went to Queens
Queens,
College.
Queens College.
Yeah, and he's also just turned 70.
Yeah,
So him and your dad are the same age.
it's crazy.
And that's what's crazy about all of this. The fact that I'm 63, I find to be just you kidding me, you know?
I know. Well,
I I I still feel 35, 40,
nah,
25,
I
30.
feel I feel 50.
You do, but you're
Yeah,
not. You're only 36,
30,
right? 37,
38,
38.
38. Yeah, I feel so old because, a lot of responsibility, you know? I had high expectations and,
Yeah.
bought a house young and,
It's
you
a good
know,
house though. It's a good house. Booyah and Hara. Yeah.
and, a lot of responsibility, you know, I took on a lot. I wanted to be, a leader and have my own company, all that stuff. It's stressful because now you have to make money,
Right.
you know?
Well, the band leader is the one that makes the money. That's what I learned at a very early age. When I
Yeah,
was
it's so
I was
such
hired by the Neshama Orchestra to play keyboard as a sideman.
right.
And my band leader was Eli Khan.
Yeah.
He was great.
Yeah, he's a
And
sweet
but
guy.
I learned, I said, why do I want to be a sideman? I don't want to make sideman money.
You don't, but you don't also don't want the stress.
But I don't mind the stress because it's schlock rock. So there's no stress for
Well,
me.
that's different. Yeah. But when you're in front of a bride and groom, it
That's
becomes
stress. I find that's very stressful.
and their parents
Really.
and the catering managers that don't know crap. You know, sometimes
Yeah.
it's just up to you to run the whole party. Uh, it's a lot, you know?
Have you ever fought with them? Do you ever fight with the caterers?
No, yeah, it depends, it depends. You know, the other day, they were making the motzi, right?
Yeah.
And 3, like, older grandfathers and an uncle or wheelchair, they're coming up, and I have to hand them the mic, and I'm waiting to hand them the mic, and the photographer hits me on the back, like, "Get out of the way," and it's like, "Yo, you know I'm trying to do a job." You know how aggravating that is? I'm here on a very high pressure job trying to do my job. Don't
And the guy's hitting you.
yeah. Do you believe that? So it's
No.
things like that, you know, and,
God
when
forbid he misses that picture, right?
I know, right? You know, we're all working here the same.
I
Yeah,
know.
yeah, and the same it was same the catering manager nowhere to be found, you know, if the timeline's off, the bride and groom, they're
Yeah.
up in arms. So it's a lot, you know? Nothing I
Yeah.
can't handle, but it's very high pressure, you know?
Yeah.
I'm very when I wake up that morning, I'm going over the timeline like, "I don't wanna screw this up because
I
it could be
know
bad."
that you're right. That's the pressure that I felt whenever I played a wedding. Oh my God, they're gonna walk down the aisle. You're gonna play an Uncle Moishy song when you're supposed to play another song, and you know,
Well, you should be the guy doing, uh, all the ceremonies. "Under the Chuppah" is the best song to walk down the aisle with. The best. Now, "Oh, da 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 da," you didn't do that at every wedding? Come on, let's switch it up.
yeah,
Prettiest wedding song,
it's
you know?
funny.
Isn't that such a great track? I was listening I guess I was watching a movie and all night Lionel Richie, I was like, "Lenny schlock this."
That's right. Schlock alert. Whenever you hear a schlock rock song that we have schlocked, and you hear the original, you just stop everything and you say schlock alert. I've
Right,
trained my family to do that.
right, so I'm digging around, everything's on iTunes now, thank God, but
Yeah,
I'm digging around and I'm listening to this track, and it's so well done.
I know.
I'm like, "Did my father do this?"
Yes, he did. It was the well, you know what? Actually, for the third album, it was still Uncle Roy was the engineer.
Yeah.
Dean, we did it at the Dean Vallis. Dean,
Dean had a studio?
maybe not.
It was, Costa Caligas, do you remember him?
No.
I'm pretty sure he did one of your albums. He was an engineer. Um,
Well, we had Uncle Roy for 2 and 3, Roy Okelson.
yeah, yeah, but Uncle Roy, his studio was very small.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
he had it in his attic, so I don't know if you would have done it there.
We have Alec Chances. You remember him?
Of
Alec?
course, of
Yeah,
course.
he was a
Yeah,
keyboard player, great keyboard player.
yeah,
But the
do
best
you
keyboard player that we ever had on our projects was Pete Canarosi.
what about Peter Phillips?
Oh yeah, he was
You
great.
had him, right?
Yeah,
He was something else, man.
yeah. You
I love
remember?
Pete. I love Pete. We're very close family
What
friends.
now? What about? But and the best bass player we ever had is not alive right now. Best
No,
bass
neither
player.
Peter Phillips died too?
No, not Peter Phillips. The best bass player.
Yeah,
Who
Dave
was the best
Keys.
bass player? He
Dave
was
Keys.
oh
Dave Keys,
yes, Dave Keys.
the best, the
Uh,
best.
he played on Daniel. He played on No Limits.
Yeah, yeah, he played on, Rejuvenated.
Now we had one album that Clint DeGannon played on.
Mm, uh,
Also, Roberta Flack's. So he was Roberta Flack's drummer. I'm not
I don't
sure.
know.
Steve had all these stories because Steve plays with everybody. Played with everybody. Liza
Yeah,
Minnelli and Frank Sinatra.
yeah, well, your first albums, the main guys was Rick Cutler. It
Well,
that
that was
was the
Kesha.
guy
Kesha. Yeah.
that was the guy you wanted to
Yeah.
get, right? And, um, Alan Childs might have been on one of your
Yes.
records.
He was on it. Yes.
He was David Bowie's guy.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean,
Yes.
all these guys came into my house, and that's why I wanted to play drums. Mostly Rick Cutler. I
So Rick
just
Cutler
love
was your hero.
who's my hero?
Was Rick Cutler? No,
I mean,
I think
that's
your hero was the drummer in
Toto.
Lido Shuffle.
Yeah, the Jeff Porcaro. He's
Yeah.
my favorite drummer, but I would say if it weren't for Rick Cutler, I would never play drums. 'Cause he came in, I would sit behind him in the studio, just watch him play, and still to this day, hearing him play, his feel is like, well, no wonder I wanted to play drums.
Right. It's
And,
unbelievable.
I'm on these gigs, doing Freylock, right?
Yeah.
And, all these drummers, they have their own version of 'em. And you know where Freylock comes from?
No.
Rick Cutler. He has the best Freylock. Everybody's trying to impersonate him. And guess what? I was there when he was recording all those records.
Right.
You know what
You
I mean?
do.
So don't rip on my Freylock, okay?
I never rip on your head. What are you talking about? I don't rip on anybody's frailer.
Yeah, no, he's unbelievable. He plays a lot of piano now. He puts out these solo piano records. So, yeah, oh man, I could talk about all these guys. They are my heroes. The guys that my father brought in to do these records.
Harry Max on bass,
Yeah, Harry Max and
and
um
Rick Cutler, and Yaron.
Yaron. Sheesh.
Yaron Gershovsky, one of the best piano players ever.
Sheesh.
Manhattan Transfer.
Unbelievable.
And that was the thing. As a regular Jewish musician growing up, we didn't know what we were doing really. I learned watching.
We all learn as we
Now when
go.
I come into a studio, I can play with a click track. I can, I could do all the things that. I mean, I don't play as well as those guys, but
No, but you play tight. That's the
right,
way I like it.
I play tight. It's true,
Yes. Yes.
but it
If
took me a
you
long time because I've been in the studio since 1984. So now it's 40 years in the studio.
Yeah,
There's nothing like the studio.
I know. I know. Well, depends on us together doing
Well, it
records is
depends,
nothing like
right? It
it.
depends who's in the studio, right?
I love doing records together.
Yeah,
It's so much fun, man. And it's so quick.
yeah,
Not a lot of thought goes into it. You play me an idea and we know exactly where to take it right away.
it's true.
Yeah,
So we gotta keep going. We gotta make some songs.
I know. Yeah. Well, you're gonna come in, right? In June or
Yeah,
July?
if or hopefully June 19th for 2 weeks, and then we'll see. And then we'll see.
Okay. Then you
We'll
gotta
see about the next trip after that. But I'm hoping that we'll be able to record some stuff. Uh, I'm hoping that we'll be able to record some stuff already in June.
yeah.
You
Some
know,
originals, you think, or parodies?
well, we have this parody album. We have to start. We have to finish
Right.
10 parodies. We
Okay.
have to do 10 parodies. That's the next step. And everybody out there, just let me do the little bit of paperwork. Remember, you have to support schlockrockfoundation.org, www.schlockrockfoundation.org. That's how we make these albums. Because at this point, whenever the songs go out, they're free. They're on streaming. Right, Ethan?
Yeah.
Nothing you could do. That's the way the industry has changed. So I would say to you guys, go to schlockrockfoundation.org, go to the fourcornersproject.org and donate. Those are our two not-for-profit organizations that we have that support the work of myself and of the band. And it's very, very important. We've already been schmoozing for 28 minutes, so we're going to be wrapping it up. But we've spoken about the road. We've spoken about your studio experiences with all the guys.
Yeah.
What else do you want to schmooze about? What else do you want to talk about?
I loved talking about those musicians. I was just talking about Peter Phillips the other day.
Really?
The stories that I've heard, I can't even share on on here.
No. Now, Peter Phillips played on Lenny and the Schlockers,
Yeah.
right? He played Am Yisrael Chai. He played on Am Yisrael Chai.
Yeah. Yeah.
Steve told me some of those stories, by the way. They're not repeatable.
Yeah. You know the one where he became
Yeah.
Steve Jobs?
I'm not sure I know that one.
That's for another time.
All right. We'll tease the audience. But
All these guys were so incredible. Peter Phillips, I was talking about him because the Muppets came on, right? And I was like, who played the music on this movie? My father, Peter Phillips, and then it got into Jem and My Little Pony and all those guys.
yes. Which movie was that, by the way, that your father played on?
Takes Manhattan. Muppets Take Manhattan, and he did Muppets Go to Hollywood, but it was Manhattan that was on the TV.
Your dad played on the Muppets Take Manhattan.
Right.
Now, I remember it's so funny. I don't even know those stories with him playing on movie tracks.
Yeah, he had great accounts, just being a session guy. It's great. I mean, he these residuals still come in, like, little money, little money. I don't know if he catches it, he just frames it, because it's just so cool
Right.
that, like, he was able to be a musician on these kinds of jobs, and, a lot of people didn't have. I coulda never done it because all that was gone by the time I was a
I
musician.
know that he and your dad is the perfect example of when one door closes, another one opens. Because your dad would always say that whenever something ended, something new started, and he
Right.
went right into it.
Right. I mean, when they stopped hiring him to do jingles and movies, he built the studio. He put an
And he had.
addition on the house, and it was a
What about the
huge
sound choice?
yeah, when that ended,
And when that ended,
took something else out.
Frisch. He did Frisch.
Yeah, I mean, that kinda just fell in his lap. I don't know if he pursued it, but yeah, and then he pursued retirement.
Right, which is where he is right now. But you know that wait, now I forgot what I was gonna say. Uh oh well.
Yeah,
That's what happens. That's
yeah,
what happens sometimes when you forget what you're gonna say.
yeah.
Anyway, so all right. So
Mhm.
everybody, I want to thank you all for watching. We have had our Ethan. You have made your second guest appearance.
Yeah, it only took 320 episodes.
Well, you were on earlier, but
Yeah, 320 episodes ago.
no, it was like 100, 200 episodes ago.
Oh, oh, okay.
We'll
Well,
have to
thanks
get
for
you on
having me
sooner.
back.
We'll have to get you on sooner.
Oh, that would be kind, yeah.
Yeah. And then we have to do we're gonna have to do a couple of sessions.
I know,
Couple of sessions when I come into America.
I can't wait.
And everybody out there, if you want Schlock Rock in concert, you know what to do. Lenny at schlockrock.com. Lenny at schlockrock.com. Lenny at schlockrock.com. Right? That's what you got to do. Email me, Lenny at schlockrock.com.
We
And
will perform at your camp.
yes, where else will we perform, Ethan?
Where are our camp gigs? Come on now.
Camp gigs. We haven't done camp gigs in a
We
while.
used to do them all summer long.
20 camps a summer.
What the hell happened, man?
Well,
What
that's what's
happened?
called Time Passages. Al Stewart. You ever hear the song Time Passages?
Yeah,
Time Passages.
you schlock that.
I never schlocked that one.
You will schlock that.
Or as the Rolling Stones sing, Time waits for no one. Time waits for no one.
You'll schlock that too.
We could schlock that one. But we got a couple of them that I'm working on. You're right, it's all 70s and 80s stuff that I missed the first time around. Anyway, everybody out there, remember schlockrockfoundation.org, the Four Corners Project.org. Go to those sites, make a donation, support us, you guys. You got to support the work. You got to support the work of the King of Schlock and Ethan Bill.
No, gotta support the King of Schlock. Don't worry about me. I'll figure it out.
All right. Sounds good. Because I will support Ethan through.
No, you don't gotta support me. I'll be
No,
fine.
but we got to do projects.
I know.
Support the studio.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
All right, everybody. Next session will be Monday or Tuesday. I'm not sure. I can't remember. And we will have a show next week. And it'll already be after Lag BaOmer, so it'll be a musical show probably. But we shall see. Ethan Bill, I want to thank you for coming on live.
Thank you for having me.
And we will see you next week with Lenny Solomon live. Show number 321 will be next week. But now show number 320 is in the books.